So in this video, we are doing another tier list, but this time it's going to be on the character's abilities, and we're going to rank them within 5 different categories. So if you haven't seen my last tier list, we did a tier list of all the weapons in the game. You guys can go check that out after you watch this one, but I thought I would do another tier list on all of the abilities. Which one are really good, which ones are kind of useless, and then which ones are like situational. And of course, this will just be my opinion after all the hours I played on this game, all the time I spent with the factions. I feel like I kind of got a good feel of what's good and what's not good. So let's go over it in this video. And then if you guys agree or disagree with anything, you could always drop it down in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinions on some of these abilities, and hit that thumbs up if you guys enjoy the video. So we have our tier chart here with 5 different categories. We have very strong, great, good, situational, and very weak. So I'm not really going to go in like a certain order, but let's just grab a random one here. We're going to grab the digital Gilly suit. So the Gilly suit is where you could basically go invisible. And I don't know, I always found this to be a mediocre ability, mainly because it's so easy to spot someone that's invisible. You can see the outline of them, you can hear a loud noise around them, which is pretty much a dead giveaway. The only good thing about this is if you stay completely still, you actually become fully invisible, where players would just run right by you. And yeah, that's the only useful part of this ability. I want to put it situational, but I also want to put it very weak because it's just not the best ability in the game. I'm gonna have to go very weak on this one. Digital Gilly suit's probably one of the least useful abilities as of right now. The Intel suit has gotten nerfed within the last 2 updates. I think they increased the cooldown of it, and they actually made it to where your teammates can't see the enemies highlighted anymore. Which is kind of a big bummer. But Intel suit itself was really like wall hacks. You can see enemies that are around you through walls, allowing you to pre-fire. But because it got nerfed twice, I feel like they're nerfing it into the ground. Now I'm just gonna put it situational. It's definitely a situational ability, but then when it comes to the Echelon's ultimate ability, which is sonar goggles, this is probably a very good ability. So if you're playing domination or occupy, or any situation where you actually need to clear enemies off of a certain area, sonar goggles is the perfect way, because not only you can one-tap them with a pistol, you can actually see where everyone is on the map, you can communicate to your team exactly where enemies are, and I think it's a very good ability. If you're a good player, you can literally wipe whole teams with this, clear out areas, and do amazing plays. I'm gonna put this in the, I'm gonna put it in the great category. I think it's actually pretty solid. It's a good ultimate. Now let's go to the cleaners. So we have the cleaner Incinerar Drone. This is a drone that you just send out in a straight line where you can actually, burn up opponents. You have to be like very, what's the word, like precise with this, because if you overshoot it or undershoot it, or if you're not careful, you can miss a lot of your drone hits. So that's the only downfall. But if someone shoots this at you from a distance, it is easy to dodge, so you have to be careful. So I would put it probably situational as well, because if you're someone that doesn't know how to use this drone correctly, you're probably not going to get any kills with it. Then we have the Firebomb, which is something you pretty much just drop the bomb on the floor, blowing up anyone that's within that range. Probably one of my favorite abilities to use on the cleaners. And this can also be good for clearing out areas, especially if you play Occupy or Domination, or even close quarter maps. This can be really good in multiple ways, because any enemy around you will get fried. I'm going to put this as a great ability. I think it's really amazing. When you learn how to use this correctly, you can get double, triple kills easy with the Firebomb. And then we have the Purifier, which is the flamethrower, the cleaner's ultimate ability. And the flamethrower is kind of underrated, but it's also really good. Like if you use it on arena, or like I said, small maps, or even indoor maps, even if it's pretty big, like Clubhouse, you can actually do a lot of damage. What I like to do is I jump shot with it, or I like to slide and use it. Don't just straight up walk and use it, because then it'll kill you quick. But it's a very, very strong. Even if someone's playing the Libertad and they have their 200 health ultimate, this Purifier can actually burn right through that and kill them instantly. It can also damage shields pretty good as well. The distance on it is not that far, so they have to be up close. I'm going to put it in the good category. Now let's go with DeadSec. So DeadSec, we're gonna first bring up the spider bots, which I'm sure you guys love in this game. Spider bot's an ability where you just throw a spider bot down and it'll automatically go to the nearest enemy, and you just follow it and then just kill the enemy. It literally takes no skill. But what would it be rated? It's not situational, because you can literally just throw it down and it like any game mode, anytime, and it follows an enemy. I hate to say it, but it's kind of good, because it could keep an enemy locked in place while you can kill them. It can really throw a team off their balance, especially, if they have everything locked down, especially if you have multiple spider bots on your team. I'm going to put good, because you can shoot it off and your teammate can shoot it off you, but it's like a crutch ability really for like, I'd say it's for trash players, but it's still a decent ability. Then we have Hijack. Now this one you can actually hack other players' abilities. Well, ones that are hackable. So with Hijack, you can hack other spider bots, you can hack the mag barriers for the phantoms, and you can even hack Incinerar drones, but you have to be like very quick with it. If you hack an Incinerar drone, it'll actually send it back where it came from to the guy that sent it. So that's actually pretty cool. We have to be quick. It can hack barbed wire as well. It can hack proximity mines. So it's pretty decent. And I'm sure a lot of factions in the future will have more stuff that you can hack. I find the Hijack better than the spider bot, especially if you're going against a team. It's kind of situational though, because like I said, if you're going against a team of intel suits and firebombs, then Hijack will literally be useless. So I'm going to put it in the situational category because it does depend on what factions your enemy team is using. And then we have Sex EMP ability, where you can actually just wipe out any electronics or abilities on the map. This actually can be very good, especially for like rank mode or any type of mode where someone's trying to use their ability to clutch a win in a situation. For example, if they're trying to play escort and they pop their dome to get the robot to the last, bit of percentage, you can pop an EMP and get rid of their ult immediately. So it's very, very useful. I would put it, man, this is actually tougher than I thought it would be. I'll put it good. I think it's definitely a good thing because it can get rid of a lot of ultimates, especially if they use sonar goggles or domes or flamethrowers. So it's useful. So I just realized this tier list has passive traits as well, and I didn't realize, so we're going to cover that really quick. So Incinerar rounds is for the cleaners. This is where it's like fire bullets, I call them. And when you shoot someone, the fire damage does a little bit more damage than usual. So if you shoot someone and let's say you leave them like 5 HP, then the fire from the bullets will actually just kill them and finish them off, which is very useful. I think I'm going to put it great, honestly. I might be biased because, cleaners is my favorite, but Incinerar rounds are definitely very good in certain situations where you can actually kill an enemy that killed you, but you left them really weak and it'll just finish them off. Fabricator is a DedSec passive ability where if you were, let's say, to throw a grenade, in that same lifetime, as long as you don't die, your grenade will basically recharge and you'll have another one. Now, I've seen people do this with proximity mines where they'll fill up literally a whole room with proximity mines because they keep getting them back. So this is actually a very good ability as well, but you have to stay alive long enough to use it. Now, unless you're like a really sweaty player that's going on crazy kill streaks and not dying, then this can be a great ability. But if you're just the average player and you seem to die every so often, you probably won't be using this as much. So I'm going to put it situational. And then for the low profile passive trait, this is the echelon one. So where your character does not appear on the opponent's minimap, regardless of your actions. I guess this can be good in certain situations. Maybe when Search and Destroy comes out, low profile can be amazing. I wouldn't say it's situational because you're always going to have this passive trait on. I would just put it good for now. I just don't see minimap as a big asset right now. All right, now let's do the Libertad. So first we're going to do the BioVita boost, which is like a can that you can activate and it'll heal you up instantly, and it'll heal any teammate within that range instantly as well. It's kind of like a stim shot from Call of Duty, except it actually heals your teammate within range. So I think it's actually pretty good and can be good in certain situations. It does have like a 30-second cooldown, so it's kind of long, but I'm going to put it great. I think it's great because you can heal yourself fast. It takes forever to passively heal up in this game, so using that can come in clutch in certain situations. Then we have the other healing ability, which is the El Remedio. I don't even know how to say it. It's where you throw a healing canister on the ground and any teammates within that range that are injured will heal up very, very fast. Good for game modes like Occupy, Domination, or anything where you have to be stationary to capture something. And it lasts a very long time. It'll be on the ground for like 30 seconds, which is a long time for in-game. So I'm going to put this as great also. It can be hacked by the DedSec, so you have to be careful, and it can be destroyed pretty easily by grenades. But other than that, though, it's still pretty good. Now, the Libertad's passive ability is actually very good as well because any teammates that are next to you will heal up much faster. You don't even have to do anything. Just stand next to them and they'll heal up faster. So I think that's very good as well. But it only works if your teammate wants to stand next to you. If they run away, then they just won't get the heals. So, and most of the time, people in this game, they're always running around. So it's hard to do that unless you're, like I said, capturing something. So I'm going to put this in the good category. And then we have the Libertad's ultimate ability, which is 200 health. And this thing is crazy. I'm going to put this as very strong. I honestly think it's one of the best abilities or ultimate abilities in the game. It drops a big circle and whoever's in that circle gets 200 health. And for you and all your teammates that are in the circle, and if you you could wipe anyone out with this. It's crazy and strong. And then we have GSK. So I had to add 2 pictures of GSK because they didn't have it down here. So we're going to use this one as the trophy system. Trophy system is good because you can throw it either on the ceiling, on the wall, or on the floor. It blocks any incoming grenades, flashbangs, EMPs, stuff like that. Very, very good. But it is situational because, you know, only certain game modes it comes in handy, especially Occupy. I would say that's probably the best one, or anything where you have to be stationary for a while. It can protect you. But I'm going to put this situational though. And then for the barbed wire, the barbed wire is also situational. If you play modes like, let's say, capture the flag, it's also pretty useful because you can barb up the flag and stuff. I don't think it's as useful as a trophy system, though. I'm kind of going to put it situational as well. And it's kind of like situational to all right. I mean, it could get hacked by the DedSec as well, and you just have to melee it to destroy it, or just hit it with a grenade and it's destroyed. Oh, I forgot to add another picture, but they do have the GSK with the riot shield, with the flashbang on it. And I would definitely put, I don't have a picture for that, but I would put that in the good category. I found myself getting killed a lot while trying to use it. They seem to kill me pretty quick, but it can be very good if you're working together with the team because you could flash them and your team could kill them. So I'll put it in the good section. I just don't have a picture for it. And then we do the Phantom. So we're going to start with the Blitz Shield. Now, the Blitz Shield, it's very, very average. So easy to kill someone using this. I'm going to put this as very weak. I do not think this is a useful ability at all. Then we're going to do the Mag Barrier. One of the most used abilities in ranked mode, mostly because there's no faction limit, so everyone just spams their Mag Barrier. Super annoying. Is it very strong? I don't know, because it could get EMP grenade. It could get hacked by the DedSec. I don't know if I would classify it as very strong. I'll put it as great. It's a great ability. It's good when you use it the right way. Especially when you put it down in front of someone that's about to kill you, it can save your life, it can save your teammate's life. For his passive trait, it does have where he has a 120 HP, the highest HP in the game. I also think that's a lifesaver for some people. It also keeps you from getting one tap by snipers most of the time. So I'm going to put this as great also. And then we have the ultimate ability, which is a dome. So it's a giant dome. And if anyone that goes inside your dome, you can one tap them with the weapon you have. And your teammates could be inside the dome shooting out to enemies. I'm going to put this as very strong. I think the healing, the 200 health, and the dome are the two strongest abilities in the game. I think the sonar goggles is probably the third strongest. And this is my tier list of all the abilities in the game. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this. Which ones would you put in which category? This was a lot harder than I thought it would because I don't know. Some of these are just iffy. There's like certain situations they're not good, some they are good. But let me know in the comments what your favorite ability is and which one you think is the weakest ability. And if you haven't checked out my weapons tier list, you should go check that out next. Thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this.